Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is the 2nd of April and we are ready to choose my TBR for the month. If you guys have been watching previous wrap-ups, you'll know that this year I am playing around with how I select my TBRs. I'm letting certain people control them, or I'm playing games. Last month my 11-year-old Charlie chose my TBR for the month, which was a lot of fun. This month I decided to play a game, because I haven't done that yet, and I decided to play Gavin from How You Train Your Gavins. Play your cards right, play your TBR right even. Cannot get the right. Play your TBR right game. It looks like a lot of fun. It also looks kind of stressful, so I'm a little bit scared. I will obviously link him in the description. If you're not following him, you really need to be. He's one of the kindest and most creative creators on Booktube or in the Booktonet. So yeah, if you're not following him, please do go and follow him. He's amazing. I'll link his original game in the description. He's got a few more rules than I'm going to play. I'm going to play kind of a simplified version, but I'll explain that when we get to it. So basically how it works is you pitch two books, one against the other. I'm going to play it slightly differently. He has books on his TBR that he doesn't want to read, whereas I don't have that. I really want to read all the books on my TBR. However, I have 8 books that are on my TBR already that need to be there for buddy reads or various other things, which I'll explain as I go through. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pitch those 8 books against another set of 8 books, also from my TBR, in the hope that the cards will be nice to me and I'll only have to read the 8 books that are already set. So the best case scenario is I'll only have to read this 8. Or worst case scenario is I'll have 16 books on my TBR. Now, previously, 16 books on my TBR wouldn't have been that scary. However, if you saw my March wrap-up, which I'll leave linked in the description, you'll know I didn't have a great reading month, and I'm in a very intense phase of my PGC course. So the thought of having 16 books on my TBR is quite scary. But I'm going to show you the books, first of all, that I am definitely going to be reading. Then I'm going to rearrange my background, and we're going to play this game. And I can't lie, I'm scared. Anyway, the books that I need to be reading this month. The first one of those is Much Ado About Nothing by William Shakespeare. This is the glorious Macmillan Library collection. I've got a few of them up there. I'm going to be buddy reading this with the lovely Shannon from 155 Books. She did a project last year where she did a year of Shakespeare, so she read one play a month, but she didn't get around to reading Much Ado, which is probably my favourite of the plays, and so when she saw me talking about Much Ado, she reached out and she was like, do you want a buddy read? I was like, yes, let's do that. Like I said, I'm pretty sure it's my favourite of the plays, and I'm really excited to buddy read it with her. I've never buddy read a play before, I don't think, so that's going to be really fun. Then my Atwood for the month is going to be Hag-Seed, which is actually a Shakespeare retelling of The Tempest. Look at these beautiful sprayed edges. We've only got this one and The Testament left to go, and then I'll have read all of the fiction works of Margaret Atwood. But yeah, this is the one for my Margaret Atwood read along for the month, so we'll give that a go. It's the only one left that I haven't read before, so I'm excited and a little bit nervous. Also, I don't like The Tempest, the play, so I'm kind of intrigued to see how this goes. Then I have an arc that I was supposed to read last month but didn't get to, and that's The Imposter by Wharton. That comes out this month. It doesn't have a specific date on the spine, it just says April 2021, so I need to get this read and reviewed this month. This was very kindly sent to me by Book Break in exchange for an honest review, so we're going to have a go at that one. Then I've got another Book Break, well, it was Picador sent it to me, but I think they're part of PanMac, or the other way around. This was an unsolicited proof that I was sent last month, which is translated, I think, from Dutch, and it's a thriller, I think. It looks, well, obviously this is a proof copy, so it doesn't have the cover on it, but I think that's the cover there. So yeah, I don't really know much about this, but there's something about a woman going back to her hometown and things happen, so we'll give that a try. I have also got the last of the books that my brother bought me for Christmas. He always buys me literary fiction, and this one is Cold Earth. Don't know why I said air. Cold Earth by Sarah Moss, and I read one of hers last year. I can't remember what it's called, and was intrigued by it, so we'll see what this one's like. And again, I don't really know much about it other than it's about archaeology, which is pretty standard because my brother is an archaeologist, so it's not really a surprise that he sent it to me. So yeah, we're going to give that one a little try. That's the last of the book he sent me for Christmas. Then I've got another buddy read. I've got quite a few buddy reads this month. Into the Drowning Deep by Mira. I'm buddy reading this with Kat from Brews and Reviews, and all I know is that it's about killer mermaids or something, so I'm intrigued for this, and it looks super dark. I've heard it described as horror, and I'm quite excited for something scary and dark this month. Then I've got another arc that I was sent by Book Break, which comes out on the 13th of May. This one is, she's chunky and the text is very small. But anyway, this is 16 Horses by Greg Buchanan. And again, I don't know much about this. I think it's crime in a small town. And I was like, yep, okay. And it's something about a load of dead horses' heads or something. It sounds weird. So yeah, as always, up for something a bit weird. And then finally, my last buddy read for the month is Bridget Jones's Diary and Other Writings by Helen Fielding. This was also sent to me by Book Break, this gorgeous hardback edition to celebrate, I think, is it 25 years? Yeah, the 25th anniversary edition. Wow. I have read this before. I've read it a couple of times, but I've not read it for probably 10 years. And Charlotte from Books and Bungans has never read it, which is shocking because she loves this kind of thing. So I cannot believe that she's read one of the like original of the genre. But we're going to buddy read this and I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be fun. I'm slightly scared to see how it holds up because it's 25 years old. But we will see how we get on. So those are the books. Let's try and hold these up like an actual proper bookshipper. So these are the books that I'm definitely reading this month. And now I'm going to mess about with my background, try and work out how to do this. And I'm going to pitch them against some other books. Okay, this is not the best setup because my filming setup is fine when I'm sat down. This would probably be easier if I was standing up. However, we're kind of making it work. As you can see, I have got the 5 cards here with my bookends. I've literally just wrecked my other bookshelf to make this work. So I've got the cards here with my bookends. So the idea is, right, so for example with this one, that's Bridget Jones, that's a book I'm already going to be reading this month. And then we've got The Confession by Jessie Burton, which is another book on my TBR. I'm really excited for. It's been there for a while. I need to kind of get on with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play from here along, trying to get to Bridget Jones. Told you my setup is awkward. Trying to get to Bridget Jones. However, if I fail and I wind up back at Jessie Burton, I then have to read both books. Hopefully that makes sense and it'll make more sense as we go. I do have these giant playing cards that I ordered just for this. I have no idea what I'm going to do with them after this game. Probably give them to Charlie. He'll find some way of using them. And Gary gave them a good shuffle for me this morning. So hopefully they have been shuffled well. In this game, ace is low, the face cards are high, and a joker can be either or, so I can decide if it's higher or lower if I get one of those. Okay, so with this super awkward filming setup, let's play this game. Let's see what our first card is. Okay, so we've got a 9. So lower for sure. Let's try and do this way. Oh, so you don't just see loads of the back of my head. Right, next card is a 2. Okay, this is good. This is going well. Okay, I'm going to go higher this time. Ace! Oh no! Okay, so I have technically lost that first round, which is fine. I mean, I'm hoping I don't end up with 16 books. So that means that I will be reading both Bridget Jones and The Confession by Jessie Burton, which was also sent to me by Book Break. I get so many books sent to me by Book Break. I'm very, very lucky and grateful. Okay, so that's the first round, which I lost. Okay, let's play round 2 and hope the cards are nicer to me this time. So the book that I'm definitely reading in this round is 16 Horses, and then I have paired it with The Confessions of Franny Langton by Sarah Collins. I should have said at the start of this, like, I haven't deliberately paired up similar books. I just picked another 8 books I was excited for from my TBR. But when I've kind of come down here to play, I'm trying to roughly link them up. Some of them won't link at all, but this has got some kind of similar mysterious vibes, so we're going to go with that. So Franny Langton goes there, please stay. Okay, and then 16 Horses goes up here. That really doesn't want to stay there. There we go. Okay, these might fall off. We're going with it. You know the chaos that is usually on this channel. Right, first card is a 3. Okay, so we're definitely going to go higher. Please don't be another 1. Higher, higher, higher. 5. Okay, good. And then higher. Joker. Good. Okay, so I'm going to have that as a higher card. Oh, we're almost there, guys. We're almost there. King. Yes. Okay, so we're going to go lower for the last card. Cross your fingers. Cross your fingers. Oh, no. Oh, yes. I said lower, didn't I? Jack. Okay, good. So that means I don't have to read Franny Langton and I can just read 16 Horses. Okay, round 3. I'm sorry about the glare on the cards. I can't do anything about that, so apologies. Right, next round is going to be Into the Drowning Deep versus The Whisper Man by Alex North. I'm actually really excited to read this, so I won't be mad if I lose this round, although, like I said, I'm worried about my capacity to read in April. Right, so that goes there, and that one goes there. Hopefully they won't fall off. Right. Could have told you that would happen. Let's try that again, shall we? Please behave. Right, let's do this quickly. First round, first card, 4. So I'm going to go higher, she says with a question mark in her voice. Oh, good. Okay, 8. I mean, oh man, that could be either. It's like pretty much in the middle. This is where it would have helped if I had like the boys watching this. Okay, I'm gonna go lower. Let's go lower and be confident about it. Oh, yes, 7. Okay, again, we're still right in the middle. I'm gonna go lower. Oh, yes, 4. Okay, good. Please be good to me. I'm gonna go higher for the last card. Yes, okay. So I won that round, so I only have to read Into Drowning Deep. Ooh. And Whisper Man can go back on my shelf. Round 4 is going to be Cold Earth versus the emetolocogen. I can't say that word. Basically, I taught a whole topic on etymology, which is the history of words, just before Christmas, and my husband brought me this beautiful copy of this book, and it's been on my shelf ever since. So we're going to put that there, and put that one there. Okay, cross your fingers. Right, first card is a king. Good. Okay, we're going to definitely go lower. Yes, 7. Oh, I do hate the 7s though, because you're kind of in the middle. Let's go lower. Oh, okay. I have lost that round. I'm not doing too badly so far. I've only lost 2 rounds, although we've only played 4. So yeah, 50% success rate. Okay, in that case, both Cold Earth and this one that I can't pronounce right now because I'm so tired, will be going onto my TBR. Next up, we have The Missing versus The Talented Mr. Ripley, which is a classic thriller crime book that I have never read. And I really love this cover. But yeah, this one goes up here. Put this one up here. Hopefully it will stay. Right, let's play. Oh, that went well. Right, let's try that again. It's such a heavy book, this one. Okay. So let's start with the first card. 7. Why are there so many 7s? I swear we've had about 5 7s in this pack. Let's go lower. Let's go lower. Oh no. We got an 8. Okay, in that case, I'm reading both of these in theory, or they're both going on my TBR. So I will be reading both The Melting. Did I call it The Missing? It's The Melting. I'm rubbish. And The Talented Mr. Ripley. I have already got 8 books on my TBR and we've got 3 more rounds to play. I'm genuinely scared. I can see why Gavin gets stressed playing this game every month. Okay, this time we're going to go for The Imposter versus the number 2 Feline Detective Agency, which was one of a couple of books that I didn't manage to finish last month. So this goes here. Oh, you can see my pyjamas, aren't you lucky? Right. That one goes there. That one goes there. Anybody going to fall off? Just give them a second to settle. Okay, please cross your fingers for me. So, first card, Ace. Oh, good, that can only go higher. So, next card is Queen. Okay, so lower. Please be lower, please be lower, please be lower. Yes, 2, the cards are being nice to me at last. Hopefully that will continue. Let's go higher. Please don't be an ace. 3, good, okay. And higher again for the last card. Yes! Okay, good. So I only have to put this one onto my TBR and that one can go back on my shelf. Okay, 2 more rounds. This time we have got Hag-Seed versus The Beauty of Your Face. Let's see what the cards have in store for me this time. So, 8. Okay, let's go lower. What have we got? Oh no! Okay, let's add 2 more books to my TBR. Why not? So both of these will be going on to my TBR. This stack of books next to me is getting big, guys. It's getting big. Okay, last round. Finally, we have Much Ado About Nothing versus Long Way Down. So let's see how this goes. I mean, I think both of these are going to be quick reads. Well, I know Much Ado will be, and this is written in verse, so I think it would be okay. But I would still like to have a slightly smaller TBR pile than I currently do. Okay, let's play this last round. 9. Okay, lower. 4. Let's go higher. Yes, King, lovely. Can't get any higher than that. So let's do lower. Oh, 2. As long as this is not an ace. Let's go higher. Yes, okay. Good. Again, I will just be putting this one onto my TBR and that one can go back on the shelf. So it's safe to say that the cards were not on my side today. This is the stack of books that I will be working my way through, or trying to work my way through, in the month of April. That was really fun to play, but Gavin, I don't know how you do that every month. That was so stressful. And let's see how I get on with these books. It's the 7th of April, and I haven't been listening to audiobooks for the last couple of months, but I thought we'd do a car update just for a different background that's not my office or our bedroom. Yesterday I finished The Imposter by Wharton, which I was very kindly sent by Book Break in exchange for an honest review. Book comes out this month. I don't have it with me, but you'll have seen the ARC copy on my Instagram, which is always linked in the description. I requested this one because it's pitched as this kind of psychological thriller about obsession. So we're following a girl, I can't actually remember, Chloe, her name is Chloe. Follow a girl called Chloe who is working in the archive of a local newspaper. She's looking after her nan who has quite advanced dementia, and she comes across this story of a little girl called Angie who disappeared when she was 4 years old. And Chloe really quite quickly realises that she's the same age that Angie would have been if she hadn't vanished, and she becomes obsessed with the story, and she sees an advert that says that Angie's parents are looking to rent out one of their spare rooms, and she moves in with them, and it kind of goes from there. And I thought it was going to be like this really like tense, dark, twisted story of obsession, and you know, you've got this child's disappearance at the centre of it, and it just didn't quite work for me. It was like the first 100 pages or so I was really hooked and really in, and then the tension just dissipated for me. We do have a couple of twists, but I felt like they were thrown in quite quickly with not a lot of explanation, and I was left with a lot of questions. There's also at least one storyline that was just left completely unfinished, and yeah, it just didn't quite work for me. I've given it a 3 out of 5 stars. I would read more. I think this is a debut, although I could be wrong. Again, I would have put that on my Instagram review. But yeah, it just didn't quite do what I wanted it to do. I said in my previous clip that it's the 7th of March, which is complete rubbish. It's the 6th, as I realised when I got home. I also realised I haven't really done any like proper introduction to what's happening this week. It's the Easter holidays for the next 2 weeks, so I'm not at work. However, I have so much university work to do, plus prep for term 5. So I'm going to be pretty much just locked in my office. We have Charlie this week. Gary's taken time off work to be with him because I can't parent and PGCE at the same time. So they're downstairs having what sounds like a wonderful time, and I am locked in my office trying to write my final academic essay. It's not going well. I know it's only day 1, but it's not been much fun today. I did, as you saw, go and get my car washed, which is a weird form of self-care for me because when my car is clean I just feel a bit better. So had my car washed, put petrol in it, I did the food shop, and then for the last like what feels like 500 hours, but it's actually only about 2, I've been sat in my office trying to write this essay. I have also had some happy mail, and it's book mail, which is why I'm showing you. I can't show you the front because it's got my address on it, but this has come through from Leanne at Literary Diversions. Her Etsy store had a sale on. I just want to be really clear, I have paid for this, like she hasn't gifted it to me, and she is a small business, so please do go and support her. But she basically is doing like a lucky dip thing. I think it was £15 for 5 bookmarks, something like that. and it was basically lucky dip what you get, and I just could not resist. Firstly, because she's my friend, I want to support her business. Secondly, what she does is amazing. I absolutely love her bookmarks. You can see I've got a whole like mug of them up there. Those are just the fabric ones that I have that are up there. Any that I have that are like just on the printed cardboard, I keep it in a separate pot in our bedroom. Couldn't resist it, and I was like, oh, that will arrive as I'm writing my essay, so hopefully it'll cheer me up, and it has. Thank you very much, past me, and thank you very, very much, Leanne. So I just thought we'd open this together. So this is how it comes packaged. I'm obsessed with her new branding. Oh, let's hold this so you can't see my dress. Obsessed with her new branding, which includes this gorgeous sticker of a little cat. Let's see if I can keep that without ripping it, and then let's see which bookmarks I got, because I'm very excited about it. Oh, okay, so she's just put this on the back of her business card. Love you too, Leanne. So this is her Etsy, which is the novel menagerie. I know I talk about it in almost every wrap up because I seem to order something from her every month, but she's constantly churning out these amazing things. I'll hold this up here as well, and she'll also be linked in the description. She's constantly churning out amazing bookish stuff. I'm like, I need that, I need it. So yeah, that's why I'm always ordering from her. So we've got the Hello, I'm Bookish postcard, which actually I'm sending a book to a friend today, a non-Booktube friend, and that will be perfect for that. We've got some sweeties. She always sends those, and I always hide them in my office so I don't have to share them with the boys. That's bad, isn't it? Okay, and then we've got the bookmarks. So we've got everything's packaged so nicely, and I'm obsessed with her current aesthetic. Right, let's see which ones we got. And like I said, I paid full price for this, but somehow it feels like a present, and I think it's because of how it's wrapped with the washi tape and stuff. She just does the most beautiful job. Oh, a bit more confetti there. Okay, which ones have we got? Oh, Leanne. Right, okay. So this one, which I'm already obsessed with, I want a dress in this fabric. If anyone can make me a dress, I would really like it in this fabric. Wow, that's beautiful, with the red, with the little daisies on it. Gorgeous. Then we've got, are they buffalo or like Highland cows, right? I think. But such gorgeous fabric as well. Okay, so that's the first two. And then this is a much bigger one because it's got 3 in. Let's see which ones we've got. I'm so excited to have these, honestly. You guys don't understand. Oh, okay, where to start with this? Oh my gosh. Okay, so we've got this fabric that's got a hair, and it's kind of got like a 20s vibe. I really like this. I think Gary will like this one actually as well. It's a bit more like understated. I usually go, as you can see, for like the really obnoxiously bright ones, but these are all really beautiful. Oh, and look at this with the white rabbit on. Beautiful. And then this is the last one. So this is like a lilac background with white on it. This looks really like dreamy. I don't know how to explain that. So these are the bookmarks that I got from the Lucky Dip. Didn't I do well? These are gorgeous. It's still 6th of April. I have managed to write the introduction to my essay, which was my main goal for today, so that's good. And I've also had an Amazon parcel, so I thought we'd open it together because I don't think I've ordered anything unless it's a pre-order. But I can't remember if I've got any of those coming in this month. Ooh, okay. Is that a gift note? I'm trying to stop the book falling out before I see the gift note. Oh, okay. Oh, it's from Marianne at Cover Books. And she said, just because you are a funny, genuine human being. I know sci-fi isn't really your thing, but I couldn't help myself. Oh, there's only one book that is sci-fi on my list. And I put it on there because she recommended it. Oh, what's that? Okay, another bit of paper. Oh, there's 2 things. There's 2 things in here. Oh, hang on. Let me get the other gift note. Oh, she said, just because you will make an amazing teacher and we need more of those. I thought this was appropriate and gorgeous given that we've just read Hag-Seed from Marianne. Okay, let's see what she sent. Oh, okay, so I knew that the sci-fi one was going to be All Systems Red because Marianne recommended it, and I was like, oh, I don't like sci-fi, but because she recommended it and our reading taste really match up, I put it on my wish list, and I was like, okay, I'll give it a go. So yeah, I can see why she sent me that. I think this is about like a sarcastic robot that doesn't want to do its job and just wants to like watch Netflix all day, and I can really hard relate. I also didn't realise it was so short. It's just a little novella. So it's 150 odd pages. So thank you very much for that, Marianne. And then she sent me the Tempest. Gosh, this is such a beautiful cover. Wow. I'm currently reading Hag-Seed. That's the Margaret Atwood for this month, which is a retelling of the Tempest. And actually the Tempest isn't a play that I've previously loved, but I definitely want to go back to it now that I'm reading Hag-Seed. So thank you so much, Marianne. This was really, really kind of you. You absolutely didn't have to, but thank you so very much. It's the 7th of April. It's actually the 7th of April this time, and I'm still in my office, as you can see. One of the upsides of this week is I've stolen Gary's really comfy office chair because he's off with Charlie, so I was like, I'll have that, thank you very much. And seriously, the comfort is real. Anyway, this is not what I came on to waffle about. Last night I finished Hag-Seed by Margaret Atwood. This was this month's read for what the book club read. We've been reading Margaret Atwood's fiction works in order since January of 2020. We've now only got one more book left. This was the penultimate book. It was also the last book that I hadn't read. And this is a retelling of The Tempest. It was part of a series where well-known authors were rewriting Shakespeare plays. And this is a reimagining of The Tempest. What I really liked about this is that the play is in the book. So we're following a theatre director who is basically ousted from his job. He's betrayed by a friend of his, and then several years later he ends up putting on a production of The Tempest inside a prison. And it was really interesting. I've said before, I'm going to put this down for a second. I've said before that The Tempest is not... Oh, there's some good camera work there. It's not my favourite of the plays. I think it's because it's too nonsensical for me. It's a little bit like Alice in Wonderland. I kind of struggle with the nonsense of it. But it has definitely made me want to go back and read it again, which I will do at some point. This week I'm reading a lot of Shakespeare because of work. But this was really interesting, and it was definitely a look at revenge and grief, because the director has lost his young daughter. She died at the age of 3, so there is loss of a child in this. And again, I just thought it was a really interesting way of representing the play, and also looking at incarceration and the prison system and the pros and cons of that. So yeah, I've given it 4 stars. I really enjoyed it, and I'm really sad we've only got one book left from her. It's the 12th of April and I'm in Bath, and I've just had a happy cry in Waterstones. I will show you the books when I get home, because there's 2 other bookshops I want to go to before I come home, and I will probably acquire more books. I bought 3 so far, that's the current count. Today is the first day that the shops are open. I have an appointment in the centre of Bath, which is where I'm here. I wouldn't have come in otherwise. I have to be here this morning, so I came in early to get into the shops as soon as they opened. I was literally the first person into Waterstones, and it was just so joyful to be in a real bookshop and you be able to like smell the books, which is probably a weird thing, but that smell of a bookshop, there's nothing like it, and it's just made my heart very, very happy. Whew, it is still the 12th of April, and I just had to pause and think, is it April? Yes, it is. And wow, what a day. I had such a good time in Bath. I was there for an appointment, like I said, and I went into 3 bookshops. I went into Waterstones, Mr. B's Emporium, and Toppings & Co. The last 2 are really famous independent bookshops that we have in Bath. Bought 4 books, which I'm not even sorry about. I'm not even going to pretend and do like, oh, sorry, not sorry. I'm not sorry. I've also ordered one more book, which I couldn't find in town, which I'll show you those in a second. First of all, I want to talk about the 2 books that I finished over the weekend. The first of those was The Beauty of Your Face by Sahar Mustafah, hopefully I've said that right. This was gifted to me by Charlotte from Books and Bargains for Christmas, because this was in her top 10 books of last year, so I went into this with high expectations, and it definitely met them. This follows a woman who is the head teacher of a Muslim school for girls. And everything is pretty normal one day until a white man enters the building with a gun and starts shooting. At the time that the attack happens, the head teacher is in a separate room praying, and she is basically trapped there listening to the massacre going on around her. And it then flips back in time to when she was a child, and it follows her whole life. She was born in America. This is set in Chicago. I should have said that. It's set in Chicago. She's lived in America her whole life, and it looks at the racism that she had to deal with as she was growing up, and also the things that changed the direction of her life, and her kind of finding religion, and everything that goes with that. And it's just absolutely beautiful. It's heartbreaking. It is completely unflinching. We do get the occasional chapter from the perspective of the school shooter, which I have to admit I didn't really need, but you do get a bit of his perspective. but it was just beautifully written. It's a debut novel. The author, I think, has written some short stories and possibly some poetry before, but this was their first novel. I will read any other novels that they bring out because I just thought it was glorious. So I would highly recommend that one. I had such a good time reading it. Well, I say that, it's heartbreaking, and I need to give content warnings for attempted suicide, grief, loss of a parent. It's very difficult in places to read. Obviously racism would be another content warning, and the mass shooting, a mass murder. So it's very tough, but it's really worthwhile, and I absolutely loved it. So that was the first one. And then I also finished Into the Drowning Deep by Mira. This was gifted to me by the lovely Sylvie from the TBR Diaries for Christmas. Again, it was one of her favourite reads, I think, of last year or the year before. And then I buddy read this with Kat from Brews and Reviews, so it's very like a Booktube friend time. Mira is another name for Shauna Maguire, who is an author I really enjoyed. I've read Middle Game by her and most of the Wayward Children series. I think I've read 4 of the 5 novellas. I think I've only got 1 at the moment I haven't read yet. This is her writing under Mira, and wow. So this is, I guess it's science fiction. Yeah, it is science fiction. So like, I think like 10 years ago, a ship went out to the Mariana Trench, which is the deepest underwater trench in the world, to see if they could find mermaids. Then a couple of weeks later, that ship was found with no bodies on board, but footage that showed an attack from something that looked like a mermaid. And then I think we're about 10 years later, and a second crew is going out to try and find out what happened to the original ship. And we get quite a few different perspectives in this, and as always with Mira / Shauna Maguire, this is the gift note just falling out, there's loads of rep. So we've got an autistic character, we've got a deaf character, we have got a lesbian character, we've got bisexual character. Is that all the rep? We've got some anxiety rep in here as well, and it's about what happens. I don't really want to say any more than that because I feel like this book has probably been spoiled by a few people already. I went into it knowing what was going to happen, and I think it's better if you don't. It's not for the faint-hearted. It is gory. There's a few jump scares. I just thought it was fantastically well done, and the research the author must have put in, like, was just blowing my mind. Yeah, I really thoroughly enjoyed it. The only thing I didn't love was the ending, and Kat, I think, agreed with me. Like, it was really tense, and there's all these things going on. It was really intricate, and then it just stopped rather than ended. So that was a bit of a shame. So it's a 4-star for me. Also, we need to start some sort of like thing to get this turned into a Netflix series, because I need this to be a Netflix series with at least 12 episodes as a minimum, because I would be obsessed with it. So yeah, I had a thoroughly good time with that, so that was a 4-star. And then on to the books that I have treated myself to today. So I am currently in the process of writing my 3rd essay, which I've probably already whinged about in this vlog. And I said online last week that if I managed to get a first draft done by last Friday, then I would treat myself to The House on the Cerulean Sea, which is by someone, TL Klein, something like that. And that I would read it once I've handed in my essay. So that was the book I was looking for when I went into town today. It doesn't exist in town. For some reason it's been out of print, so none of the bookshops had it. They could have ordered it in for me, but I'm not going back into Bath. I don't know when the next time I'll be back in Bath will be. So I've ordered that online. So that will be coming, I think, at the end of this week, which is good timing because my essay is due in on Friday, so I couldn't pick it up before then anyway. So I bought 4 books. I bought 3 from Waterstones and 1 from Mr. B's, and I'm not sorry about it. This also proves my point that if I'm left to my own devices, apart from this one, I buy historical fiction. Because the books I have gone for is The Foundling by Stacey Halls. I read The Familiars by her last year, and I think I gave it 3 stars. I thought it was okay, but I was interested enough to pick this one up, which says 2 women bound by a child and a secret that will change everything. And we're in London in 1754, so I thought that was interesting. And it's got I really love this cover. Most of these were cover buys, let's not pretend. So there's that one. One that I have had on my want to read list for ages, although I didn't realise quite how chunky it was, is The Other Bennett Sister by Janice Hadlow. I mean, is this necessary? I guess we'll find out. This is a retelling of Pride and Prejudice from the perspective of Mary, who is the other sister, and I'm just really intrigued. I know that Leanne hated it, and I think it was Emma who enjoyed it. Someone really enjoyed it, somebody really disliked it, but I want to find out what I think. I love Pride and Prejudice. I read another book that was written by the perspective of the servants of the Bennett sisters, and I can't remember what that was called now. A few years ago, really enjoyed that. So yeah, I'm really intrigued by this, but yeah, I didn't realise it was quite such a beast, but I'm excited for that. And then one that I'd never heard of before, I'm not aware of hearing anyone talking about it, just saw it and it looks interesting, was, what is this called? I can't even read that font. Execution by S.J.Parris. And England 1586, 2 queens, 1 throne, a conspiracy to murder. That was pretty much all that I needed to pick it up. And again, it was a cover buy because it's beautiful. And it's something to do with Elizabeth I and Mary Queen of Scots, and there's going to be a murder and stuff. And I'm up for that. It looks a bit kind of CJ Sampson-ish, and we all know how I feel about him. And then I went into, like I said, I went into Mr. B's and I saw this. And you know when you just see a book and you're like, I think that's for me. And I think I've seen a few people on Bookstagram talking about this because it's a brand new release. I feel like I've seen it around a little bit, but it's The Coven by Lizzie Fry, and I'm really intrigued by this. Again, this cover is gorgeous. And I literally just read the first like tiny bit of the synopsis, which I'll read to you now, and that was enough. It says, imagine a world in which witchcraft is real, in which mothers hand down power to their daughters, power that is used harmlessly and peacefully. Then imagine that the US president is a populist demagogue who decides that all witches must be in prison for their own safety, as well as the safety for those around them, creating a world in which to be female is one step away from being criminal. And it goes on a bit more. I was like, that's enough, I need to read this. So I might tag this onto my TBR for the end of this month because there is something about this book that is just calling to me. I didn't even look at the naked hardback. It's pretty boring. So yeah, those are the books that I got today. And then I've got The House on Cerulean Sea on its way to me. It's the 13th of April and wow, I have a lot of hair today. Like my hair suddenly feels like it's had a growth spurt. For anyone that doesn't know, I am growing it until August, and I'm going to chop it off very, very short to about my chin length, and I'm going to donate what comes off to the Little Princess Trust. So yeah, it's a pain. I'm not enjoying this process of having long hair. I've not had long hair for years, and it's just a bit weird, but yeah, there's a lot of it today because I'm just in my office, I'm not going out, so I didn't bother blow drying it. Two quick things. First of all, I've just looked back at the footage from yesterday when I was showing you guys the books that I bought, and it looks like I'd been crying. I upgraded to an iPhone 11 last month, which is great because mostly because the microphone's really good on the phone, which is what I film on, but also the camera is incredibly unforgiving. You guys it's like literal like HD of my face, which is a bit scary when I think about the fact that this goes on the internet. But basically yesterday I was out and about in town most of the day, and my hay fever kicked right off. It's really bad at the moment. It's always bad for me between kind of March and June. So yeah, I wasn't upset in that clip. I hadn't been crying. It's just hay fever, but I just thought I would put a little like disclaimer in. Part of me wanted to refilm that whole clip, but I was like, no, that's not what I do here. So yeah, I just thought I'd say that. Also, I've had a really exciting parcel. I'm trying to hold it up so that you can't see my address. Can you see that? Picador Showcase. So I was contacted by Picador via Book Break last month, I think, to say that they're going to have an online, like a virtual showcase this week, and did I want to take part? And I was like, yes please, as a kind of, I think they referred to me as, or it was like a generic email, but like they were talking about book influencers, and I was like, that word influencer makes me want to peel my skin off because it makes me cringe so hard. But obviously I'm very excited to be included. And then they asked if I wanted a press pack, and I was like, yes I would. So I'm going to open this. I've opened the back of it because it was very well sealed, and you guys don't need to watch me struggle with that, but let's do this so you can't see my address. Oh, there's books in here. I was expecting, like, I don't know what I was expecting actually. Maybe some like sweets. and like a bit of bump about what the day was going to be. Oh, this is exciting. Okay, so we've got 2 books in here. So we've got Sex, Robots and Vegan Meat by Jenny Kleeman, which I don't think I've ever heard of, but it sounds really interesting. Is that non-fiction? Imagine if it was possible to have the perfect sexual relationship without compromise, eat meat without killing animals, have babies without the need to bear them, and choose the time of our painless death. Life would be better, right? All over the globe, people are trying to make this a reality. They want to use technologies to solve the thorniest problems of humanity. But what if these problems are the very things that make us human? Join Jenny Kleeman on an entertaining, thought-provoking adventure to a place where sex robots and vegan meat are no longer science fiction, right here, right now. This looks really fun. Okay, and I love that cover. Is this a proof? No, this looks like a finished copy. Wow. Okay, thanks, Bookador. And then the other one, I was talking about this book the other day. The other book is The Glass Hotel by Emily St. John Mandel, who wrote Station 11, very helpfully, it's on here, which I absolutely loved. And I've kind of been umming and ahhing slightly over this book because I know that it's very slow and character driven, which isn't usually my bag, but it's in my hands now, so I will definitely read it. And this is a kind of a murder mystery thing. Vincent is the beautiful bartender at the exclusive Hotel Cayette. When the New York financier Jonathan something walks into the hotel and hands her his card, it's the beginning of their life together. That same night, a hooded figure scrawls a note on the windowed wall of the hotel. Why don't you swallow broken glass? Leo Prevant, a shipping executive, sees the words from the bar and is shaken to his core. When the investment fund is revealed to be a Ponzi scheme, Leon loses his retirement savings in the fallout, but Vincent seemingly walks away unscathed. Until a decade later, she disappears from the deck of one of Leon's ships. I mean, I really enjoyed Station 11 and enjoyed the writing style, so I will definitely give this a go at some point. Actually, the text is quite big and it's quite short, so that's very exciting. Thank you very much. So that's very cool. And then, okay, so we've got a bit of information about who the speakers are going to be. So Douglas Stewart, Raymond Antrobus, Patrick Radin Keefe, Olivia Lane, Omar El Aked, and Francesca is here. Stravakopoulo. I have definitely said that wrong and I apologise deeply. And a final special guest to be revealed on the night. So that's exciting. And then this little booklet. This was sort of what I was expecting more of. This little booklet about, I guess, the books that are coming out. So that's very, very exciting. I'm very excited to join in with the showcase later this week. And thank you very much, Picador. It's still the 13th. I still have big hair, and I've had some more bookish mail that I wanted to show you. First of all, I've had 2 books come through, courtesy of Book Break, so massive thank you to them for sending these to me. First of all, was a book that I read last month, but it's a finished copy of Rumaysa, I think is how you're supposed to say it, by Radiya Hafiza. I've already passed on the ARC to a friend of mine who's got little girls who are the right age group for this. But when Book Break then contacted me and offered me a finished copy, I said yes please, because look how beautiful it is. Look at this foiling. I'm in love with the illustrations. The spine is so pretty, and look at the back. It's also got a lot more illustrations than the ARC copy had, which makes sense. And the whole thing is just so joyful. I love it. I will definitely be rereading this at some point in the future, and I'm really, really happy to have a finished copy, so thank you, Book Break. And they also sent me through a thriller, which is Fragile by Sarah Hilary. Not an author that I've read from before. I'm not actually sure if it's a debut or not. I don't think it is. No, it's not. They're a very published author. I've just never read from them before. So everything she touches breaks. It looks really creepy. I love how creepy that is with that hand coming through the mist onto the window. So I'll just read you quickly a little bit of the blurb. It says, one crack and their lives will shatter. Nell Ballard is a runaway, a former foster child with a dark secret she's desperate to keep. All Nell wants to find is a place she can belong. So when a job comes up at Starling Villas, home to the enigmatic Robin Wilder, she seizes the opportunity with both hands. Only her new lodgings may not be the safe haven that she was hoping for. Her employer lives by a set of rigid rules, and she soon sees that he is hiding secrets of his own. But is Nell's arrival at the villas really the coincidence it seems? After all, she knows more than most how fragile people can be and how easily they can break. So that sounds really good, and it comes out on the 10th of June, so I'll be reading this next month. So thank you very much, Book Break, for that. And then my lovely friend Violet, who has the channel The Never Ending TBR, who I will link in the description, she is such a lovely human. She's a really great creator, and she is an illustrator, and she opened an Etsy store recently, which I will also link in the description. So I obviously wanted to go along and support her and see what she's been up to, because I love watching her illustration. She does Booktube as well, but she does illustration type videos as well, and I'm always just amazed because I can't even draw a stick man that would bear resemblance to an actual human. So I ordered some bits from her Etsy store. They came really quickly, and look how beautifully packaged, all the way from Spain. I want to be careful opening this so I don't damage the stickers, but I thought we could open it together and I'll show you what I got from her. Like I said, she will be linked. Quite a few of my friends have opened Etsy stores recently. I have got another order on the way from another booktuber who has started an Etsy shop, but I will show you that when that arrives. Okay, so here we go. Oh, it's so cute. Okay, let's hold this up. Look how cute it is. So yeah, I ordered a few bits. I got a bit overexcited on a shop. So thank you for shopping small. Her Etsy store is called Doodle Planet. And like I said, I will link that in the description. Oh, okay. So she said, "Hey, hi Victoria, thank you so much for your order. It really made my day. I've included a little something to say thank you. Hope you like it." Oh, you didn't have to do that. Also, you can use the code DOODLE20 for 20% off imprints for next time. So bear that in mind, and I'll put that in the description. It's and it's all like hand done. This is beautiful. I will use that as a bookmark. I always use like bits and pieces for bookmarks. Okay, so I ordered. Oh yeah, I kind of forgot what I ordered. I did only order it last week, so it had, like I said, it's come quickly. But I have such a bad habit of ordering stuff and then forgetting about it. So it all comes like really nicely packaged. So I got 2 stickers. I don't even know what I'm going to do with them, but I will find something to do with them. First of all, look how cute is that mushroom, like that little toadstool, I think. So that's a little sticker. And then I saw this sticker and I was like, I have to have it. And actually next time I put an order in, I'll probably have to order another one, because I'm sure Charlie will want one as well. And it's just this little black cat who looks just like Jack, hanging out in a cardboard box. I just thought that was just completely adorable. Oh, and this one is a vinyl sticker. I might put this on my laptop actually. But yeah, it's so cute. Okay, what else have we got? Oh, okay, then I ordered 2 prints, which I won't bother taking out of the packaging because you can see them. We've got this lovely girl in the woods, and it's kind of eerie and soothing at the same time, which I realise doesn't make sense. But in our hallway we've got like a random collection of things that we've gathered, and I'm wanting to put at least one, if not both of these up. And then the other one, which I just completely love, is this tree house, and there's something about it that reminded me of the cover of the house in the Cerulean Sea. And also I just want to go there. It looks so fun and whimsical, and I absolutely love her illustration style. So those were the bits I actually ordered, and then because she's naughty, she sent me something else. So it comes in this little cute thing with, again, like, I can't get over how cute the stickers are. I'm trying to open it without wrecking the stickers. What did she send me? Oh, I've just opened it and they've just gone everywhere. So she sent me, oh cool, I saw her talking about these, some more stickers. I'm going to decorate my laptop thing, I think. So I've got an earth. I've got this one, which I almost ordered because it's so cute. Look at that. I've got this little lemon. A little read me sticker. Another planet. And then look, she did Booktube stickers. That's so cool. That's definitely going to have to go on my Booktube planner. And then a little lemon illustration, which would be another bookmark. So yeah, thank you very much, Violet. I loved ordering from you. It's arrived really fast, and I'm really excited to get one of these up in our hallway. It's the 14th of April, and I just thought I'd film a quick update. I have driven just over an hour to meet my mum and my brother. I haven't seen them. I haven't seen my mum since November. I haven't seen my brother since last August, and I'm just so excited to see them. I'm just sat in a pub car park. They're also driving an hour, so it's like roughly halfway between where we live. And yeah, I'm just really excited to see them. I'm a bit nervous. I feel very conflicted about the fact that I won't be able to hug them, like sad about it. I understand why I can't. So yeah, it's just a bit of a weird day, but also it's kind of weird being out and about where there are people again. I guess that's something I have to start getting used to again. But yeah, just thought I would film a quick clip to say I'm in this beautiful place. I'm about to see my mum and my brother. Come on, puppies.
I thought she was going to jump you.
It's the 15th of April and I am about to redo my red shelves. And I'm scared, but I've been wanting to do it for ages, and I've now submitted my essay. It's Thursday of the second week of these holidays. I've submitted my essay, I have done my planning for next week, and I'm going to take tomorrow off. So this might sound like a weird treat, but I think bookworms will understand. As a treat to myself, I'm going to redo my bookshelves because I've been looking at them for weeks thinking, I want to redo you. I also did a rough cut of this vlog, wrap up, whatever we're calling it, last night, and I'm already at 50 minutes. So I'm going to cut it in half. We're now exactly halfway through the month. So I will cut this into 2 pieces. So this will be the first part, as you already have seen, because you've seen the thumbnail and the title and stuff. And then next week will be the second part of my April, what am I calling it? My reading month. Because yeah, clearly had lots of things to talk about this month. I know the second half of the month is going to be quieter in terms of vlogging because I'm going back to school, so I won't have time or energy to turn around, let alone vlog very much. But I also didn't want it to turn into like a 1 hour 40-minute monster of a video. So yeah, we're going to finish this one here. As things stand, I have finished 4 books so far this month. I have got 4 books on the go, and I've got 6 left in my TBR, 7 left in my TBR pile. I have added 3 books to my TBR since I did the TBR game, so I'm not really helping myself, but I am having a really lovely month. I mean, obviously so far it's been good because I've been on holiday, although I've been working hard, but I haven't been into work as such. So we'll see how the second half of April goes, so please tune in for that next week. And subscribe if you haven't already and you'd like more of this chaos, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks guys, bye.